We are 100.3 WVZM, where all this week we're featuring a brand new album from Kirk Whalum, entirely overdue, called Humanité. And we're talking with Kirk Whalum in his home studio today. Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I know you are a busy, busy man. So.
Well, I'm busy right now because we got two little rugrats here at the house. Our kids are all grown, so we got 6 grandkids. But today we have 2 of them here with us. They all live outside Memphis, most in Nashville, but some in L.A. and a couple way down in Georgia.
And they're here today. They're awfully quiet.
I got to tell you, man, if they were up here, it would not be quiet.
They'd be on the drum kit over there. Well, I know you have an affinity for radio because you yourself are a radio show host. It's your alma mater's radio station, right?
That's correct. And right now we're on pause, but it's at Texas Southern, KTSU. But I love doing that show. And as well, I do a podcast where I read through the Bible.
Well, I've just listened in online, and I've really enjoyed it. So how can people listen to the Kirk Whalum show?
Right. So at ktsu.edu. And again, the show is on pause, but I'm pretty sure they have some archives that people can listen to.
So that, it kind of leads me down the Kirk Whalum path from Melrose High School to TSU to playing nightclubs in Houston to meeting Bob James.
That's correct.
And is that what opened the door for you to?
That was it. Yeah. I mean,
to see the world.
Starting out, I played Mr. Magic for the audience at the Mr. Melrose pageant. Mr. Magic is like sort of the quintessential pop jazz, we call it now, I guess, number, Grover Washington. It's the song that really put him on the map. And so he will forever be Mr. Magic. And Grover is in heaven right now, man. He passed away at 53, just incredibly young. But he was not only a mentor, he was also a friend. And so that song, Mr. Magic, is special to me. I won Mr. Melrose. And then, went on to Texas Southern. And, here in Memphis is one thing because my dad and mom both kind of, public figures, especially my dad, just sort of larger than life.
And so he pastored a church.
Pastored Olivet Baptist Church. And then also was on the city council and just a guy who was very much involved in the civil rights movement and just is incredible. But to move to Houston at that time, and then now I'm on my own, as it were, and nobody knows a Whalum from a Jones, and that was a challenge I gladly accepted. Like, what kind of voice do I have? So now I'm on my own. I'm in Houston. I'm going to Texas Southern, and I started my own band, and the rest is history. My band opened a concert for Bob James one time, and according to him, the audience peaked before he ever came out. He said, and that's not good.
The headliner doesn't like that, y'all.
He said, and I have a song called "If You Can't Beat 'Em, Whale 'Em," and so that's what he did. He just hired me, and so I was at that point now touring with him.
And y'all did an album together.
We did an album. Well, later on we did, but first he actually produced my first 3 records, and took me on tour with him. Of course, I played on his album. You're right about that. I played on his album first. Bob James 12, and then he produced 3 records on me, and then eventually we made another record together called Joined at the Hip. And actually I'm playing with him in Japan coming up in December. So I'm looking forward to that.
Does he still play Angela?
He does still play Angela. And one of the reasons that I got my flute back out was when I started playing with him, I played the flute part to Angela.
So for a listener who may not remember, Bob James had this song called Angela, which was the theme from a hit sitcom back in the 70s called Taxi.
Yeah, if you didn't see Taxi, you were under a rock.
Exactly. Or you weren't born yet.
Right.
That's a sample from Bob James, the man who opened many doors for Kirk Whalum, and his song Angela, or as most of us know it, the theme from Taxi. Right now, let's hear a song from Kirk's new album, Humanité. This song features ghetto classics and Aaron Rimbui from Kenya. This is Kwetu, at 100.3 WVZM.
Hey, this is Kirk Whalum. Thank you for listening to my brand new album, Humanité, on 100.3 WVZM.org.
Hey, this is Rick Tarrant. Thanks for listening to this production that was created for WVZM 100.3 in Memphis, Tennessee. You can hear demos of my voiceover work and other productions at my website, ricktarrant.com. Thanks again.